Hello, this is Mr. Michael, and this video is covering the code canvas with Lego Education and how to code the single motor. The coding canvas can be found at code.legoeducation.com. This is the US, and you can go into any of the areas you want to and open this up with a new code, and it will bring you to this screen. For my single motor, I'm going to have it here. Here's my single motor, and I'm going to go ahead and connect it. You do see I have an orange piece at the front of it, and this is an indicator for when I run my motor later. Very small dot here on the motor turner and the hub part there to calibrate. And it's hard to see on video, so I just added an extra indicator. Let's get us connected first. I will hit our connect button and it's going to ask me which hardware we are connecting. My single motor, I'm going to hit connect and that's going to go through a lot of several features. So I can use a card. I'm not going to use a card for this because you may not have a card. You may have just ordered the motor or using the science set to work on coding, so we can do it without a card. And this indicator right here is going to show that we are coding without a card, and I'll reference that in a few as well. So continue without a card, and it wants me to turn my motor on by pushing the light in the back. So I will do that off camera, gives us a little beep, and I want to go through the full instructions to show you how that goes. You hit your button on the back again, and it's going to start beeping to get the pairing process going. It gives you a little tone, and I go to next. I found my motor. I click on my single motor, and I click pair, and it'll give me a confirmation beep as well. Once it gives me a confirmation beep, I will have my light will be on the back here, and it actually has a small little pulse to it. It won't show up on the camera here, but it has just a small pulse to it. Okay, our motor is connected here, and as you can see, our indicator here shows it's connected without a card. I'll do other videos showing when it is connected with a card and what it would look like and how to reference it. Here on my connections, I have one hardware connected, and it's our medium motor. I'm going to, excuse me, our single motor. And when I click on it, it's giving me the angle of my motor. And you can kind of see it floating here a little bit, but it's staying within it. But it doesn't float much outside of its angle. And we're in rotation count. Other things on this part are my battery charge. So I'm at 60% here. I have a quick disconnect here so I can disconnect this individual motor. And right here is my information about this motor. So I have my information here. I have my hardware ID and my firmware version and my app version here. So that will help know if you're updated or which version of motor you're running. If you have something happening and you may need to update, or you may need to send the information in on which other versions you're running so they can diagnose it better. Let's look more into our uh, block here. As I click the down arrow, it's going to give us our other units here, which is a rotation count. Oh, did you see that turn a little orange for 50%? So I did say I'll talk about how the motor will identify as getting lower, and it did go from a green status to a more orange status. And I will show when the motors are lower, and your students and whoever's using this will be able to identify this as well and let you know to uh, keep a healthy motor going for your projects. Okay, we have a rotation count, which we'll discuss today. We have angle, speed, and we have a power function here as well. So power, I'll talk about those in other videos. For this one, we're just going to talk about rotation count. For the first part of rotation count, I'm going to manually move the motor around, and you'll see that I'm going to go clockwise, which is going to give you a positive rotation number here. Then I'm going to go negative beyond the 0 point. I'm going to go counterclockwise. This is going to give you a negative beyond the 0 point. So here we go. I'm turn my motor around. You can see it following, and it's getting closer. We're at the 25 angle, or 25 part of it, and 50 over to about 75. And I'm going to get this back up to 1 if I can. Closer. There we go. One rotation. Now, this is a rotation counter, so as I keep going, it's just going to keep counting how many rotations I have. And where this is good, you can use this as a manual measuring in class. You can put a wheel down or something in front of it and just measure how far one rotation would go if you're doing a math session. So that will be a small part of something you can do with the rotation. And I did mention I was going to go to the left, and you can see it's going negative here, and it would just continue to go negative and show those angles there. Let's see if I can get us back to 0 or as close to 0 as possible. Doing it manual is a little tough. Oh, I never went back to positive. So let me go back to here. There we go, 0. For this one, we are going to do a code as well. So my top card here is already on. When the play button, which is down here, is pushed, then it will run the code here. I am in my single motor code part, and you can see it here identified with just one single motor. Double motor has 2 identified here. So I'm already in my single motor contribution, and I'm going to bring my run clockwise. I can go counterclockwise earlier, which will be the negative direction, for 1 rotation. And if you click here, you can see we can also measure in degrees. I'm also going to change the speed of our turning, so you can see it on screen. 50% is pretty fast. As you can see, it would be turning at the speed you see on screen here. You have a few ways to adjust this. On my screen here, you can see where I can slide my speed over to be faster or slower. And this is not really accurate when you're doing so. What I would suggest is clicking inside of your block here, backspace, and I'm going to go to 20 speed. And then when you click back on it, it will show you the speed that we will get on our motor. All right, let me add our motor screen back on here. And at the end of this code, I do want to stop my motor, although it will run out at 1, but I do want to stop it as well. And if you'll look down at the motor on the screen, it will show you it's spinning, and I'm leaving both screens up so you can see it register in the area at the top as well. Okay, here we go. And we did 1 exact rotation. If you look really closely, you can see this kind of vibrating a little bit, and that's just the motor fixing itself to 1 rotation. Our indicator did go around 1 rotation, and our motor did go around 1 rotation. I will do a negative or a counterclockwise turn as well. So I'll stop. I'll play again. And we're at -1. And stop our code. I will get more videos up on how the power works, the speed work, and other coding blocks as well. Thank you guys for joining, and I will see you the next time.